Hey friends, it's the Pretentious Engineer. Today we're going to do some DIY and play with a laser cutter. So happy to have you all join. It looks like things are almost maybe working. So let me check YouTube real quick, and then if we're successful, we should be able to start cutting stuff. I have confirmation from the computer. Let me open chat on my phone, and then we'll be good to go. Here, come along friends. Welcome to the garage. Oh, that thumbnail looks really nice. Sick. I could probably make Pretentious Engineer even a little bigger. All right. So now you can chat. Welcome to the shop. Pop y'all in my head. What? Someone's already here. Ray. Ray, that's too fast. My friend from Germany. What's up, bud? Welcome to the garage. Hey, sorry for dropping off on that run this morning. I ended up finishing it with suboptimal results, but turns out my little pocket Wi-Fi I bought hit a data limit only 2 days in, but part of the reason for that is my plan's changing over on October 31st, and then it should work for live streams, allegedly. So that's why I disappeared so rudely, and I wasn't able to reconnect it. Right. Let's see. We have no power. Things are still a little messy. Now today we have aspirations of cutting some wood with lasers and other fun things. I think I'm gonna leave my desk not level. Okay, nice. Exactly. All right, so let's get my big extension cord. Now, I just built this workbench, but I haven't been actively making anything in this space yet. So things aren't all the way set up, but we should be able to get by. We're gonna do some jigsaw work, some laser cut-in work, a lot of work. Let's see. A little bit of design. It's also one of those things where I had some big aspirations, and I definitely pulled back on the scope of this project because of timing. Like, it's just too late at night for me to be doing some of this. All right, let's move that level. Move all the manuals and crap. Have to find a home for all this someday. You look like home. Get some rocks for a rock wall I want to make someday for my kids. And then we're gonna need our jigsaw. Do we have a pen? We have a pen. Have a tape measure. Don't need this. Sorry, I'm a little scattered. I haven't done anything in this space before. Let's see. So how's Germany? How hot is it today? I'm gonna move you back here for now, so I have more desk space to work with. We'll figure this out little by little. I am gonna max out the size of my bed, which is problematic. Is the switch over here? Crap. It's inconvenient. We'll figure that out. Lots of things that never found the final home. Trying to get into project details here. Raining since 7 days. That's awful. I'm so sorry, bud. This is what we're working on. In case you're curious, we have a red solo cup. We have some dimensions we've taken with calipers. And we're going to build an array to hold it. It's kind of like beer pong, but it's for a thing at our kids' school, like a game we wanted to set up, but it's definitely inspired by pong. Shamelessly inspired. we're gonna be working with this sucker, which takes up too much space. So I'm gonna roll the table saw out. Yes, that is what I shall do. Which is why we put it on wheels for such a time as this. And it's actually helpful to see kind of the master plan of this desk. So right now there's a table saw here, right? So all I gotta do is unlock it. It should roll, yeah. And it brings my shop vac with it. Ugh. Can I clear it? Yeah. A little snug, but we got it. Move your problems away. But then what I'm going to do is make a very thin rail right here and then drop another piece of wood here, so when I move the table saw, I got a full desk. But actually this hole's kind of helpful, half helpful. So what we're looking for today is our jigsaw. That would be one of these. That'd be my guess. Circular saw, there we go. Get jiggy with it. And anybody find me somebody to love. Now this is my first time using this sucker, so there's a couple things I get to learn. Looks like it makes you like, how the heck does this thing go in there? It's gonna be your speed, I'm guessing. Lock out. How do I load a blade in here? Well, the chuck looks weird. The chuck looks rotated almost. I'm not exactly sure what this tip's for, as well as this guide. So actually what I'm trying to do is figure out how do I, oh, there's another side over here. This is, that like a quick release? Oh, this sucker rotates, don't it? That's very interesting that it's on a barrel. Bought this tool a year ago knowing I was moving to Japan, and I'm like, shoot, how do I cut? All right, well, burn that bridge when we get there. First thing we need to do is label this with all of our desired hole locations. Which will require a tape measure, maybe even a square would be helpful. We're gonna have some challenging measurements here, okay? So maybe one of the first things we want to do figure out how far in we're going. Where do I want to put the first thing? So if this is going to be 17.5, we're assuming the triangle goes out to about 20 or so. A couple inches, let's just do 22. Mental math is not my friend. I'm just, basically friends, I'm just trying to find a center point for the sucker. So let's say 12 inches will be the center point. Gives me 24 total. I'm gonna move some of these things away. Eventually we will have all of our power, Craig jigs, and all this integrated. It'll be epic. It's just not right now, and that's okay. My wife's like, if this project's gonna stress you up, babe, you don't have to do it. Even though if I were to do it, it has to happen by tomorrow. I'm like, babe, I'm gonna do it. It's stressful, I'm gonna do it. I hate 3 kinds of saws. Every time I use them, I'm scared to lose my fingers or something. Can't handle these really wobbly cuts. Dude, you have to be very careful. Actually, right now I have a video that's going a little bit viral on YouTube. It's at like just over 500,000 views. So it's just on the rise, which is super fun because we're gaining new followers and building out our community. And you work really hard at stuff, so it's nice when something tips in your favor. And it's just all these different animations of construction failures. And people getting injured around lathes and other power tools. And some people are like, these animations are so funny. And everyone else is like, these animations are like written in blood. Like, it's pretty bad how this stuff happens in the real world. All right, so we're gonna go 1 inch off. So 12 foot. I'm just gonna mark 12 feet, 12 inches, sorry. 24 inches. And that's just gonna give me some center points, some references to work with. Let's see. And then we know, let's go 1 inch. Oh, I learned some secrets with these. This is called a square. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. You can get a nice slide on things and keep everything level. So I can actually go up to, I saw them do it. How do they do it on the video? Show me your secrets. Is it over here? There's a notch. Oh, maybe I'm limited to 1.5. You can basically like use it and pull a straight line. How'd they do it? I watched a whole TikTok on it and I've lost all the knowledge already. Well, that's fine. I guess I can go 2 inches off. It's not going to kill me, right? Give me some margin. So I just put the pen in the 2 and then, then I drag it. All right, this is my first time ever doing this, so some grace here. Yeah, it's pretty good. Leaves a little bit to be desired, but all right, so that's 2 inches offset. This will be a line we trace, and then I'm trying to kind of figure out overall shape here. So if we want to go and make 12 our center, let's go. We want the circles to be. I need to be using the larger circle size for all this. So 3.687. I could do easy numbers and make everything 4. That'd make it even bigger though. Let's do 375. I can work with 375. 75. Half of 3.75 is going to be 1.5. It's going to be 1.5. But then that 5 is going to be 7.25. Is that remotely correct? 1.5 gets us to 3. Half of 75 is going to be, no, that's completely wrong. What the heck am I thinking? Half of 75 is going to be 35. 37.5. So it's 2.5 to get to the 5 plus 35 is 75. So then it's going to be 1.875. Figured it out, math. I would use my phone, but I'm using it for chat, so I'm on my own. I'm gonna go for a walk. Bye. Wish you luck. Thanks so much, bud. See you around, friend. All right, so 1.5 inches is half. Okay, so I could work with halves. So we want to go that half distance plus 1 inch. It's going to give us kind of our center line. So half D. So now we need to add 1 to that. Plus 1 equals 2.875. All right, let's do that. Wish you luck. Man, the internet's so nice to me sometimes, which is weird because I just throw a bunch of shade. So let's go up from here. So this is luckily on 2 exactly. So now we can go right here, and we want to go up from 2 to 4, because that'll give me 2. 4.875. This would be 0.75. 0.67885. I'm going to say it's right here. All right. Oh, I guess if I cut all these, I can just flip it, right? So I guess now I can draw all over this crap. Have a better square for this job. See it back here? Yeah. Come on, mate. So we'll come over here. That's going to be the center point. So now we need to figure out and then from there, we'll figure that out later. So let's go off of here. Now if we want to go 1 inch, half that diameter plus a half. I'm going to go from this line to 0.5 plus 187, 2.37, 237, 2.3, 2.25, around there. Is that really right? That looks wrong. Where are them darn cups? Time to see if I'm just royally failing. Are we just gonna ghetto rig this? I think it's time to get ghetto with it. It's getting late. I haven't even laser cut anything yet. It is time. Me trying to be all organized and stuff. It's like, just cut a triangle. Get it done. It's late. It's not the 16th chapel. Trying to get a perfect inch between these things. What the heck was I thinking? Maybe I was right. I don't know, an inch is always smaller than I think it should be. All right. I really want the center points of this to not suck, friends. But my inability to do math right now is definitely hurting the project. Definitely hurting it. Yeah, we've entered eyeball space. It's not the worst space to be in, but it's a space. So, just gonna rough circle these. Red Solo cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Where this project is gonna land versus the what is it? The whole expectations versus reality. Oh my goodness! Like so much drift from how I had originally planned this project. It feels sloppy, but everyone else is gonna be like, "You cut that with a laser? That's amazing!" And I'll be like, "But it's off center. It looks like crap." They'll be like, "No lasers, it's amazing." That's why, like, I can't do anything because I over-process the heck out of it. I don't know why, but my TikTok feed or YouTube Shorts feed is totally saturated with Mortal Kombat. Which is really interesting. I don't mind it. But I'm also like, okay. Why? Coming over here like, what's the straightest? I'll round it. I'll round it so it looks like I did it on purpose. How's that sound? Watch this. Watch this. Y'all are going to be so impressed. So impressed. I'm going to take this cup right here. Just going to move it up until it touches. Around that sucker. Yeah! It's going to look so nice. It's going to look like I did this on purpose. Assuming I can figure out how the heck to make my jigsaw work, we're not in bad shape. This wood's thin enough I could cut it with an X-Acto knife if I was determined and violent. Yeah, it looks alright. Solid 4 out of 10. As long as I can get the laser cuts pretty centered, we'll be alright. So I guess the next step then is figuring out the Milwaukee, right? How would one put a blade in here? And I really feel I thought it was turned. Why does it snap back that way? Is that a quick release? What don't I understand? What do you mean? I think that's the tilt. Interesting. All right, that is a tilt. Oh, wicked. So, I mean, I can cut that on a bevel. That's pretty cool. I've never seen one that does that. All right. All right, so this is independent. God only knows what this piece does. There's some things in this world that are just outside my understanding. Today, this is definitely one of them. Come on. How do I open you up? I need a knife to open the knives. Come on. How many engineers does it take to open up a pack of jigsaw blades? Ha! Work smarter, not harder, right? interesting. Wood, general purpose. General purpose blades are dope. And working through metal. Steel? It's gotta be aluminum. Interesting. All right. So, I mean, let's just do wood, I guess. Oh, yeah. They get, like, all these instructions. Fine finish. Fast and clean. Scroll cut. What's a scroll cut? Reverse cut. Fine finish wood should be fine. I think this is going to be like a quick release kind of deal. So I think I just twist it. Ooh, is it oiled? No, that's pin. So I think I just twist this doodiggy to here, push this in until it seats maybe. Ow! Well, it seems like it's in there. I like how I'm pulling on something very sharp. Is it really that simple? Shouldn't need that much power. Sorry, this is a fun tool. Okay. All right, so I have to keep my surface over this edge. So if I keep this as a nice boundary, then I can work kind of out here. The only issue is it's kind of unsupported, so we're probably going to see some kind of flap, which is a little sketch, but I'm going to give it a go. I'll hold it because I want to push on it. It should really be between two devices. My span's too big. I'm like, how do I decrease my span? Yeah, let's give it a shot. And just be gentle. That's pretty nice, actually. All right, let me take this edge off. Gives me a little bit of working room. A little bit of an overshoot there, but whatever. Realized I could have just sanded that, but whatever. Slightly sketched still. I need my extra bench. This area I don't have a lot to grab onto, so I don't like it. pretty sick, honestly. That was a very nice line. Hey, not the safest way to do it, but for the tools that I had available, I'd give it a B+. Look at that, we're successfully making crap. Woohoo! It's actually one of the biggest challenges with this is figuring out how to cut this. All right, detach this from now. Now, what I had desired, right, and life is full of reconciling desires with reality, was laser cutting this whole shape, but unfortunately it was too big to fit in the bed. So I've simplified many aspects of this design based on the size of the project. And we'll see. I think you'll see some kind of mixed level of success here. But hopefully these laser cuts will go pretty quick. I have two different ways I want to cut them. So for now, I think I don't even need this anymore. All I'm trying to do is center circles. Set this down over here. Hey, we got one like. That's crazy. It's wild. It's funny, I'm trying to get into projects and immediately I'm like, all right, well, I still got this to figure out and this to do in my shop. I got like a list of like things that need to be improved if I want to keep making crap in here. I'm like, it might be a little late to be trying to do all these things, you know? So all I'm trying to do, and this doesn't have to be perfect, is just get a rough center point for some of these circles. Oh, that's gonna be worse. Should I just eyeball it? Yeah, right there. All right. I'm at a loss for how to do this project well. I'm very meticulous with things being straight and clean. This project's challenging just my mental health. So the next fun stage is trying to power up this laser cutter, seeing what it can do. So blow away the chips. Get this away from the wall. So bring this out front and center. Chad over here. And the first thing I'm gonna do, lift this up. See, these were all problems I was just starting to anticipate. Is that this print bed doesn't work well with that part. It's almost like I need the standoff legs to use this, but when I don't have standoff legs, I can just use wood. So let's just take a couple slabs of wood, get this thing off the ground a bit. There we go. Oh, still skimming in here. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Everything in my life is shimmed. I could pay to buy the fancy risers, which I will still likely do, or I can just use wood. I vote for wood. That already looks much more promising. Especially because the riser's just under the height. So it's almost as if this thing was just on the ground. Oh. There's still aspects of cable management on this that really freak me out. I guess we'll just have to find out. All right, so what I kind of want to do, maybe bring the PC over here, just so everything's localized, but let me power this up. If I can, I don't have the power cable. It's on top of my car, naturally. That would be my luck. All we want to do is cut wood. It's the whole reason we bought this thing was to cut wood. Oh, shoot. Wait a second. It's working now. So this gets plugged into here. I want to kind of keep this on the table. It's just a long road. I don't have my extension cords and things optimized yet, so still getting set up a little bit. Where can I go with this sucker? Come over here. All right, I'm gonna check one work email, cover you up. All right, brilliant. All right, so now we're gonna go and grab my computer and see if we can figure out how to cut this for Felicia. Yeah, we have a decent amount of juice. Come along, friend. I wonder if anyone else on YouTube's gonna hang out with us. Still haven't figured out that algorithm. It's weird because with TikTok, when you have a video going viral, it would normally connect straight into live. So if I ever had anything doing well on that platform, I would also try to get what would I get? Like a live going. Later. Ooh. It's on. It's off. It was connected over Wi-Fi and I killed it. It was reassuring to see this thing connect automatically. Alright, so what I want to do is open up File, Open Project. Hey, alright, so remember that, that's promising. So the first thing I want to do is I want to ignore layer 2. Good. Layer 1. I want to output. I want to cut very lightly. And let's do framing. So is this an area where like that part of the design I actually have a lot of issues with. Alright, so this should be down on this more. Oh God! So for framing, so if I put it right on the circle, is it going to center on the circle? Because that would be freaking sick. I already think that line's a little bit off. So that's the very top, what looks to be the very top of the cut. So I can't actually center it. It's not centered on the circle, it's centered on the geometry of it. A little bit more up and to the left. This is a very interesting process. I'm used to zeroing out 3D printers, which is a different process. Framing complete. Let's process the job. Let's see if it does something. So now I don't want to move it. I just want to see, is the circle framed up pretty well? It is framed up pretty well. Right, so maybe let's do okay. So now let's go to layer 2. Let's go to layer 1 and ignore it. Let's go to layer 2. Let's output it. It's supposed to be 10.6, but I want to frost it just to check. So let's try 10. And now, oh, will this change framing though? Oh, frick. So they don't keep the same 0 point. It's based on purely what's being told to cut. All right, well, Let's see how far that crosshatch makes it. It's actually very helpful because I can just kind of line it up corner to corner. I wish it would do that slower. It's a little aggressive. Let's try that. But now if I change it from the power setting and I like where it's at, it should hypothetically just go through. Hey, don't look exactly at the laser, okay? You should be wearing your glasses. It smells awesome. I made a circle. Does it go back to origin? Alright, it does go back to origin. Interesting. So the circle is a little low. Right-left position is pretty good. So if I adjust it and click it, will it cut it again? Well, that is really magical, and it's not all that deep. All right, so now let's just adjust our power levels. I'm gonna output it. I'm gonna go up to 100, I think is what it said. Was that correct? Basswood, 20 watt, 3 inch, yeah, 106 1. All right, let's give it a go. Oh, shit. That's why we don't touch crap while it's running. So if I run it again, I should be able to stop it though. Oh, it re-origins it. What the frick? No! So, hypothetically, this should pop out. So I've been told. But it definitely did not work. Why did that not work? It barely gave me anything. Why is it so weak? Was it out of focus? 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. something's wrong. That definitely should have cut through that. What in the world? That's a like something's wrong. If that didn't cut, because that's less than 3 mil. And this sheet says for the 20 watt, which is what I have, if you want to cut 3 inches. Over here, like, what are the power levels? Should be that sensitive. That looks a little different. Oh yeah, that'll work. Hey, all right. I was going through all these things in my head of like, all right, something's not as intended. Hey, we cut a circle. Proof of concept test coming up next right here, y'all. I don't know what this little thing is for. Definitely seems too loose. Let me take a red Solo cup. Refill you up. Oh, that's exactly what we wanted. They nest. Look at that. Yes! All right. Well, now that we accept that these aren't going to be perfect. Ooh, Got a little bit char there. Nice. Let's go work on our next one, I guess. So, I don't want to process it again. I need to frame it. So then we have to go and frame it. And that's complete. Ship it. So somehow the settings didn't transfer the way I intended, which is really interesting because I used to print multiple files with different levels. This is really interesting. Hopefully there's no smoke detection in here. It's so fun. Eventually we'll be engraving and all kinds of cool stuff. All right. Over here, click OK. Let's frame it up. This is actually really fast. I do need to think about getting the smoke evacuator. It's not bad, but if I was rastering, I think it'd be a lot more complex. That's so freaking lovely. I mean, that for a diode is so freaking clean. Wow. I mean, it's not that thick of wood, and we haven't tested it with other material selection yet, but wicked. Should I just run it and see? Wreck it? Are we accepting that this doesn't have to be perfect?
never look directly at a laser. It smells really nice. Oh, out of the box it cuts. That's great. This is kind of a bad corner to make it a judgment off of, but I'll give it a go. The manual zeroing is very strange to me. I've never had a system where you can just move the laser head as you want. So it's interesting from a design perspective. There's a lot of cost efficiency in it. But I'm also over here like, why? Oh. Oops, the laser module. What? That wasn't at all helpful. Can I move it? Okay, so it's just gonna get angry at me. Alright. At least it has limit switches. Here's my smoke evacuation. It's not too bad though. Although I should test like a raster. So is this low enough that I'm going to trip a limit? I'm also trying to figure out how big of a piece I can actually cut with this thing. It doth make good circles though. Frickin' laser beams. That's really clean. Very clean indeed. Indeedy. Alright, let's bring that in just a little. So my ability to zero an image on a target leaves much to be desired. And I think there's just things I need to learn. I need some more tutorials, honestly. Ta-da! I think we can kill it. These would actually be perfect for some kind of craft or something. Add these to my laser material down here. Got stones, all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, looking at it, it's not the worst. Honestly, my jigsaw cuts are worse than the triangle. It's a little lopsided. So now, just for giggles, we should raster something cool on it. It's got to be very small. Oh, shoot. I don't know what that thing is. So let me go back and find a fun image. Two by two, just make it nice and small. I'm just gonna see if I could burn this. And what I want to do is let's download it as a PNG, and then let's come over file, import an image. That's going to be in top right. And now for that layer, we want to raster it. I don't know. On layer, we want to output processing and grain. So if I insert a shape now, though, will it give me an option? Oh, I would need to move that to another layer. I'm not going to do that right now. So then if we go back to these laser settings, raster engrave, 6101. It's actually pretty good. I think framing will be pretty important with this one. All right, so let's process it. Let's see what happens. Hey, look at it making stuff. Really satisfying. You're not supposed to look directly at lasers, my friend. Oh yeah. Burn it up. This is so freaking sweet. Oh my gosh, that's so clean. That's so nice. Dude, I want to touch it. Cool. All right. So now we just reposition that. Do one right here. Click print. There's definitely a charm to it. Excellent. Things are progressing quite nicely. Sweet. Hey, awesomeness. $10. I would definitely buy one from you, bro. Dude, looks really nice. Thank you so much. Wait, where did all these comments go? Hey, Alfie. I'm so sorry. Did all you just show up and I've been missing this? My bad. I've been a little focused. But yeah, how much does a laser cutter cost? It depends on the functions and features. So this one I got, I would describe it as like I want to say upper middle tier, but it's really a middle upper tier. Like it nudges up on features. But this is using what's called, I'm going to start the next one and I'll talk. This is using what's called a blue diode laser. So because of the wavelength of the light, it can't, I would definitely buy one from you, bro. Dude, no way, you should totally do that. That would be amazing. Yeah, a laser cutter or something that's laser cut. But yeah, so this one's kind of in the middle tier, so it's, I think it was around 900 USD. And then like once I got the build plate down here, that bumped it up by like another 75. And then I'm probably gonna get a smoke evacuation system. So like you could nudge it towards like 1200 USD. I don't know how to convert that to German francs. No, you're on the euro, right? On the euro. But if you go to like an upper end laser cutter, like if you're doing a full-fledged laser cutting business and you need to cut through a wide range of materials, you typically need what's called a CO2 laser. A CO2 laser is going to be around $12,000 to $30,000 depending on the feature set that you're getting. And if you want a laser cutter engraved metal, there's different features. So X-Tool is like a really good upper brand that's accessible, at least from the research I did. So this is my very first time using it, but in college I ran an innovation studio with lots of different laser cutters. So I kind of have an awareness of like the feature sets. So I'm just kind of running this through its paces to see how it functions from both this is called rastering or engraving. So you're moving quickly with a lower intensity of laser. And then these are called vector cuts. And I'm learning how to use like a new software with it. So I have experience with it. I'm sure I'll get good at it over time. But eventually it'd be fun to do custom stuff and sell it. The problem is just costing things correctly, and with international shipping, it gets spicy. Yeah, that's like 15 euro. Yeah, this is not a toy. I mean, it's a toy for me, but eventually I'd like to use it for content creation. Yeah, I want to cough. So that smoke's going somewhere. So I probably need a smoke evacuator. It's getting like lightly foggy in here, which happened when I was doing some other cuts too. So in Japan, I think we've talked about this on a run, or maybe it was with someone else. Like, I can't open the garage doors and cut wood because of like noise and volume and culture. I did that gap, so we'll do these bottom gaps. Also seeing, so there's certain things that are very strange to me, like this manual positioning before starting. Normally you'd be toggling buttons to control the motors. So I've never seen something like that before. There's lots of little features that are different on the system. Bro, I'm at 15,000 euros. That's kind of a lot. That's a little steep. Yeah, I'm hoping to do a lot more laser cutting. I think it'll be fun to do different projects. Yo, Nature Valley. Are you all about the ranch? How's it going, bud? I hate ranch, but I appreciate you. we're just doing a little bit of DIY in the garage. My wife is leading this project for our kids' school, where they have, it's called like Festival of Nations or something. Our kids go to an international school in Japan, so it's an opportunity for like all the households to present their best food from different countries. So every country at the school has a booth. Like there's a China booth, Japan booth, US booth, Philippines, Africa, Cambodia. Like it's pretty wild. And Felicia is in charge of the US booth, and it's one of those schools that also allows the sale of alcohol. So they're doing different mixed drinks, and they wanted to create like a game where you could pay to get a certain amount of ping pong balls, and if you can land one in a cup, it reduces the price of your drink, but if you don't, then the house takes the money, right? So naturally it's a little bit skill based, but as you progress in your drinks, your skill may decrease, which, so depending on how much they bet, they might make a decent amount of money, unless people know when to get out, right? But I'm making kind of like a Red Solo cup beer pong mount. So all these cups are designed to seat in here. So they'll come up to this little ledge. I measured it with calipers. And then I gotta put this on some risers really quick. But it's about midnight. So naturally it's like the best time to be getting some work done, right? Yeah, we're getting a little smoky. I'm gonna open the garage a tiny bit because this isn't too loud, besides me talking. Look at me breaking the rules, just to get a little bit of ventilation. Yeah. Just to flush it out. Eventually I'll probably get a real smoke evacuation and run it out that vent. But it's enough now that it's noticeable. I wish I knew how to turn on that fan. That might be helpful. I don't know if it blows in or evacuates out. I would think out. But yeah, the raster quality is pretty good on this actually. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to turn that thing on. Anyone speak Japanese here? It's not that button. Oh. Now I need to see if that's blowing in or out. I would assume out. It's hard to tell. I need like a piece of paper so I could see wind flow. Yo, who's here? So actually I was thinking of buying a 3D printer, laser cutter, but they're so expensive. I think it was like an Ender 3V. Oh, dude, Ray, I'm gonna get an affiliate link for this. If you want a laser cutter, this is the best one to get for feature price point optimization, in my opinion. If you're like serious about being able to cut a pretty wide range of materials, the only limitation is you can't do clear acrylic with this one. And I upgraded the laser wattage to 20 watts so I could get through thicker wood. So I should be able to work through like all this ply. I can get to almost 3/8 of an inch, or like, I don't know how many centimeters that is, almost a centimeter. But what I've seen from combo technologies where it's like 3D printer, gantry, plus laser cutter, plus CNC mill, there's a lot of those kinds of things on Kickstarter. It's always worst of worst worlds. Like you never get the best feature set. Actually, I began to learn Japanese a year ago.
but not making much progress. Hey, you got time, friend. Little by little. Just be patient, all right? You'll pick it up. But if you want to practice Japanese with me, just let me know. That thing is strong. The cutter or the fan? Or the smoke? The smoke is a real problem. But actually that fan seems to be giving me some pretty good ventilation. The problem is if you want to cut plastics, you have to really treat it well. Like you have to filter before you exhaust so that you don't kill people in the environment. Now, ideally, I had to be very adaptable with this because this was too big for my frame, right? It's limited. So I had to cut this with a jigsaw and then kind of manually position the circles and then add these little by little. Ideally, in creation environment or even on Canva, I should be able to make all of the visuals and then have it raster or engrave the whole thing and then vector cut. And you could like set up steps and levels so that it would all fit. But because this was too big and it's my first project and I was in a hurry, I took a lot of shortcuts just to get it done. All of these, I know, right? All of them. But friend, if you do start seriously looking into a laser cutter, just let me know, either on a live stream or message me on one of my videos. Because I am gonna try to make an affiliate link for this. So if you're gonna spend the money anyway, it won't cost you any extra, but then I would get like a kickback. So maybe over time with enough people buying their own laser cutters, it could pay for mine. I not need something strong like this. When it's cardboard, it's okay. You gotta be careful with cardboard laser cutting though, because depending, like if it's corrugated cardboard, it's very flammable. It's the only other issue. I will say the refracting blue light's epic. I'm supposed to be wearing goggles, but I think it's cool. And a little bit of blindness never hurt anybody. That's sarcasm, okay? But if you're looking at like cutting just cardboard, or like if you want to do vinyl, a lot of people are interested in like doing vinyl artwork because it sticks to stuff and t-shirts. You actually probably want to go for a Cricut. A Cricut's like a smaller cutter that has a spinning tool, or it'll drag a knife to cut through things. You'll have better results with that versus like a standard laser. This is so fun, dude. Oh man. Well, actually, my camera's probably gonna die soon. Let me check that. Oh, we're at 2%, friend. So it's the last cut anyway, and then I'm